Hey everybody, it's Somni Respiratory Flux, call me Flux for short, or whatever you want to call me. And then the last episode, we got halfway, roughly, through the Fire Temple. And I like how that is just its own tiny room. In and of itself, I completely forgot about that, actually. In the last episode, but no. In the last episode, we made it up to here, and we now have reached the pillar that we need to lower into that room down there to get to the boss chamber. But we still have plenty of Fire Temple ahead of us, and I don't know how else to say words. This room is kind of annoying, but if you come in here, this is actually really important. You can completely miss this door. And this is actually, surprise, surprise, it's the compass. So, it's weird, because you could just completely miss that the compass is even in this dungeon. Because it's just off in a little room at the side of the dungeon that don't even really ever need to go into. In fact, you can't even go the rest of the way over this path, because these walls of fire kind of block that path, so we have to get to that other side of that wall by a different route. That's why this place is so annoying, because it's just so difficult to navigate some parts of this particular room because of all this fire. There is a way. It's just you have to find the spots that are not going to burn you if you try to walk through them, which can be more difficult than it has much right to be, but I'm gonna hug that wall. Yeah, that's just how this room goes. But it's not that bad if you remember the path, but if you don't remember the path, then have fun. But yeah, that key goes to here, and yet again, you really can't do much about this. We can use the Song of Time to summon a block and climb up there, but there's really not much point to it. We'll find out later why, but for now, just go off to the other side of the room. Fortunately, once you get into this section of the fire maze, for some reason, I was about to say it gets easier to navigate, but it's still not exactly easy. Now that switches on a timer, so you want to actually know your route from the switch to that wall of fire there, which it's not that difficult, but you want to know where you need to go because it is a rather tight timer. Once you get there, yeah, we had a little bit of time to spare, but yeah, that flame doesn't stay down for very long. And we get hearts and bombs. That door looks a little bit strange, doesn't it? But now, if you swing your sword at it, you'll find out, yeah, it's fake. And if you try to open it, it'll also fall. But, as we were told previously, those doors can be destroyed by bombs. And actually, because the bombs... Ah, yes. This enemy. What you want to do is what you want to do is throw a bomb. They are... These enemies are a little bit annoying. I think they're called flare dancers, and I think how their health works is technically a little weird, but I legitimately can't remember in what way. Also, the flame changes color based on how many times you've gotten a hit on it. Also, if they blow up and drop bombs, that's technically the mini boss of this dungeon, really. But it's not that difficult. And once again, we're going up to the 4th and 5th floor of the dungeon. This time climbing the required tower. We climbed the optional tower that just had Skulltulas and a pointless thing of rupees. Last episode. And in this episode, we once again have just drop a bomb off the ledge, wait for it to activate switch, and then we can climb up this fence. It's the same puzzle that we already had in an earlier room, just way more straightforward. It's not actually that difficult. But no, this room, we're back up on the top floor of the dungeon, and I have 2 ways we can go. This way is going to this way has a bunch of ledges to climb, so it's not as fast. That way is narrow, and you have a chance of falling all the way back down, basically into the room where we couldn't do anything before. But this switch, like the switch in the other room on the other side of the temple, hello? This is on a timer. So, what you need to do is be fast, but don't be careless, because you do have enough time. The timer tends to make people rush, so it ends up being a lot harder than it needs to be. But with that, we have the Megaton Hammer, which is it's a 2-handed weapon that you use with the C buttons, but it is the hammer that Darunia was referring to. Basically, you swing it. You can do that. You can do a jumping attack with it, which I don't think, unlike a jump attack with the sword, I don't think the jump strike with the hammer actually does any additional damage. But yeah. But yeah, so with the hammer, you can hit stuff like this floor thing kind of goes up and down a bit. Stand on it, smack it with the hammer, and yeah. You can come here, whack a statue, smash it to pieces, open the door behind it. The hammer is just really fun of an item, honestly. It's kind of a silly thing to say, but it just really is. Smack this face and make a row of stairs going down. Put away the hammer. Grab a box before you go down here, because these are usually there for a reason. Those fire keys are going to be annoying, and I think they can burn the boxes, but you want to drop a box on this switch and then come back through here and hit this again, and it falls into that little notch that we were able to stand in before. Now it's saying this switch looks rusted. But if you smack it with the hammer... I love just saying smack. I'm talking about the Megaton hammer. I don't know why. Yeah, that's the same design for on door time. Now, if you... That's the block that I was mentioning before. Technically, if you don't know that it's there, you don't necessarily know that you can play the Song of Time in this room to move it. And... yeah. It basically just kind of sits there. You can jump up to each side. Smack this with the... Smack that with the hammer again. And we've got another Goron. Still got more Gorons to free, I guess. Tell you a secret for saving me. Door is hidden inside the statue at the entrance to this temple. But the Goron special crop won't work on it. Don't you have anything stronger? Why, yes we do, and we smacked a statue apart to get here. So, that's good to know. And we also get a small key, which, again, there are a frankly absurd amount of small keys in this dungeon. And I don't know why I didn't really think of that before. But now, once again, take out our hammer. We've done everything on these top floors of the dungeon. Now all we have to do is go back to the first floor. And to do that, we smack this and fall with it. Fortunately, the game is actually programmed to not give fall damage on that drop for good reason. Now we can get to the door, but we still need the boss key. So for that, we're gonna have to go back and look around the early parts of the temple again that we couldn't get to before. I think that's another reason why I like this dungeon, is the fact that you kind of go in a full circle and then you realize, there's still this area that we couldn't get to before, but now we can. And now we have the key that unlocks this door, so we can actually get in here. And... yay. For pity's sake, let me... I need more hearts than magic, honestly. Yeah, some of the enemies in this dungeon can be a little bit on the annoying side. I mean, keys are always annoying, admittedly. Oh, you can also flip over torch slugs with the hammer, which automatically puts them out and stuns them, which is surprisingly useful considering how well they run away. No, once you kill everything in this room, you can go in here, and we've got another golden sculptula, some more floor tiles that are going to be annoying, a like that is also going to be annoying. Man, this room is just here to be annoying, isn't it? Especially because I am really bad at... I'm really bad at attacking these things without getting caught for some reason. I don't really know why. They drop a lot of rupees, though. Which, actually, I believe is a reference to some of the other, like the original game when they appeared in. I think they can actually take your rupees. Fortunately, in this temple, they don't appear in any rooms that you need your Goron tunic to survive. We got all of the sculptulas here, so that's good. Let's equip our shield and our Goron tunic, and let's get back to business, shall we? We've got another flare dancer. But fortunately, I actually did not know this before. You can actually use your Megaton hammer to stun them instead of bombs. Huh. Also, there's a swipe attack with the Megaton Hammer that I didn't really know about. Also, I don't really know if I should be just I should probably just be using the sword to do damage faster. But fortunately, I don't think I knew this until relatively recently that the shockwave of the Megaton Hammer just instantly okay, seriously, game? That's not... These guys are annoying, but not because they're actually difficult to fight. Oh. I forgot that it was almost dead. Yay me. I'm good at this game, guys. Seriously. But no. And we open this chest, and it's just bombs, so... That's fun. But now, we've come full circle yet again. And here is the boss key chest and our last Goron friend to save. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? Oh, I see. Big Brother Darunia asked you to rescue me. I owe you big time. Please help Big Brother. Yeah. With that, we freed all the Gorons. And now we're getting the boss key. I always liked the blue and gold pattern on this chest. On the boss key chests in this game. And also Majora's Mask uses the same boss key chest model. It's just really nice and stands out. It's cool, honestly. I think it's neat. But yeah, with that, we have nothing left to do in this dungeon but follow Darunia and try and fight the boss. Now, let me equip arrows, because I think that's going to be more used than the hookshot in this fight. And now this fight can either be really easy or really annoying. It depends on whether you know what you're doing and luck. I know there are ways to beat this fight really quickly. I just don't remember them. But see no sign of Darunia, and we have no escape anymore. And subterranean lava dragon Volvagia, which is a really interesting boss. And looks pretty awesome though, but the room is just red. This room is every red. I don't remember whether you have to... I don't remember whether the hammer is just purely to stun the boss, or... Also, I forgot that you can actually shoot face. Also, there's always two models for Volvagia, one underground and one... Well, no, one... That's not quite true. But there's always a model for Volvagia in the ground. It's like whenever this one takes off, there's always one still under the ground. Also, there are rocks falling now, which you can avoid, or hopefully avoid. Yeah, no, I don't remember if you can actually damage Volvagia with the sword after you've stunned with the hammer, but this fight is basically whack-a-mole, but with a dragon. Yeah. So... And then... And if you hit it with an arrow, that will immediately drive it back underground, so you can finish the cycle a bit quicker. Okay. I was too slow there. So, yeah, that kind of wasted that opportunity. Falling boulders were always a little bit weird to me, and they kind of follow after you a little bit. Yes. Let us see which of the 9 lava pits the dragon will come out of this time. And now, yes, we took care of that fight pretty quickly. And now comes out flying that flaming hair, and he's burning up. And okay, it's a little bit gruesome there, but all right. We got a heart container. And with that, we finished the fire temple. We were expecting the Chamber of Sages. Nope. The volcano's going to erupt instead. But unlike a volcano erupting in, say, Golden Sun, this time it's a good thing. Because it clears up the evil, apparently. I don't know. That's always a little bit strange to me. And, as you may have guessed, Darunia is the Sage of Fire. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate what you did. I thank you on behalf of the entire Goron race. You turned out to be a real man, just as I thought you would. By the way, I, the wild Darunia, turned out to be the great Sage of Fire. Isn't that funny, brother? Well, this must be what they call destiny. Nothing has made me happier than helping you seal the evil here. Hey, brother, take this. This is a medallion that contains the power of the fire spirits, and my friendship. That is just the biggest smile I've ever seen. And you received the Fire Medallion. Darunia awakens as a sage and adds his power to yours. Don't forget, now you and I are true brothers. And with that, clear skies are now visible over Death Mountain. In the next episode, we'll head off in search of our next challenge. This has been Somni Respiratory Flux. Respond, vibrate, feedback, resonate, comments below. Tell me how you think I did. And I'll see you next time. May the good elephant guide your way. I got nothing. Sorry.